Yay, it's working! If you were here for a previous product review I did on a bird bath fountain, this is a different brand. This was a little bit more expensive, maybe by about $5. It has the same style design where it's got the panels, the solar panels. This also has the battery backup, just like the one that I did before. The previous review I did was the first fail review that I've ever posted, trying to tell people not to purchase something because it just wasn't a good product. This has the same style design. It's got a foam under part here that helps it float in water. It's got these legs which kind of bounce it around to keep it in the center so it doesn't, so that this actually doesn't get stuck up on the side of the edge of the bird bath and not stay in the middle of the water. Now if you notice in the middle of this, one of the differences in this one is it actually has LEDs. Can't wait to take a video of this tonight. Last night was the first night that we got this charged up enough for the LEDs to stay on, and they stayed on for at least 4 hours after dark. The LEDs change colors from green to blue to red and yellow. It's a really cool lighting effect where the water is. The water, even though I don't even have one of the tips on here, you can put different tips and it sprays the water out in different patterns. A real strong pattern, higher up in the air, lower. There's more of the holes in it so that it has more of the little fountains that come out. But this one has, instead of being flat like the last one, this one, the panels actually are on a bit of a incline, so the water sheds off from the middle of the fountain to the edge. The other one was more flat, so you'd have some places on the panel that would stay dry. And this has the same design on the bottom where it's got the motor with the rotor in it that's it's like a vane pump that's pumping the water up, and it's got the battery compartment that stores the battery power so that once the sun goes down or you have clouds come over the in front of the sun, then the fountain actually stays running. So if I was to block this out to some degree, I can't get all of it, but you can see the water level actually goes down a little bit, but it still pumps. It's running on the battery backup. Now if you watch, let me see if I can get a little bit more zoom. So there it is, and then I start to block out the light and the water actually goes down and then it comes back up again. I think you can see the water go down, come back up, down, up. So that's it, jumping back and forth from straight solar power to the battery backup. I think it talks about the amount of power that it can use when it's on solar versus when it's on battery. But it has it's got a photo cell in it that tells, well, I don't think it has a photo cell, it just, the panels don't pull any charge during nighttime, so once it goes dark, it's just switching to the battery power and the LEDs will turn on. So tonight, once the LEDs turn on, I'll come back out and get another video to add to this so you can see what it looks like, and we'll just wrap up the rest of the video once I get the night picture, night photo, night video. I appreciate it. Check this out. Look at that cool fountain. It's got lights on it and the lights change colors. All the lights are reflecting off the water in the middle. Told you I'd come back and give you a night shot. That's the coolest thing about this. At night, hanging out outside. You can see the fountain all the way from the road. It's got lights reflecting all around the water. It's just changing, sitting here changing colors. It's cool. So there you go. Just wanted to show you that real quick. That is the bird bath fountain pump that we have out here, the battery backup. Great purchase so far. I think this is day 3, so it's had a full charge. It was lit up all night last night for at least a few hours, and here it is tonight. It's been dark for a couple hours, maybe even 2.5 hours, because there's a storm if you can hear the thunder in the background. So the lights are still on. I think it's cool. If you're interested, check the link in the description. It's a little bit more expensive than the ones without the LED, but I think this one's a little bit better upgraded anyway. I think the way the panels are oriented and the design of the motor and the underneath, I think it's designed a little bit better, so I think it's worth the $5 extra I paid over the last set that I bought. The last set didn't work. The first fountain I got lasted about 3 weeks, and then the second fountain I got in replacement for it lasted not even a day. So we'll come back to this one and do a longevity test and see how it does. I don't know how long this thing should last. The main thing is just keeping the water clean. Just make sure you don't get a bunch of gunk sucked up into the rotor underneath. But there's a little filter on it that you can take out and clean. You can pull the rotor out and clean it too. There's a bunch of different tips. Right now I don't even have a tip on it. If you put the tips on it and the water is spraying up into the air, it will dry out faster, so you'll have to add water more often. This one just kind of keeps the water moving so the mosquitoes don't come in so much. They're not supposed to really come in at all because the mosquitoes don't like water that's moving. But it kind of makes a noise. You can actually hear the water a little bit. And because you can hear the water, the birds can hear the water, and birds are attracted to the sound of water. So once they get used to the fountain in the bird bath, they actually come all the time. So we've got chickadees and finches and other birds that come in here and take baths and get a drink. So it's pretty cool. It's right here outside the kitchen window, so we can look out. We can sit on the porch and look out here and see the bird feeders and the bird bath. But I mean, you could take these things and just throw them in a pool if you wanted to and have a bunch of these floating around at night, little fountains. That'd be kind of cool. But anyway, I'm gonna let you go. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and share the channel. I'd appreciate it. Thank you for taking the time to watch.